Dustin Poirier in the post-fight conference said Michael Chandler doesn't deserve a title shot. It's
That's
pretty
paraphrase.
funny, actually.
That's paraphrase. I don't know what the exact quote is, but yeah.
Yeah, it was a paraphrase. He was saying that basically since he beat Hooker, so Poirier, he fought Hooker as well, right? And after he beat him, like, he didn't really get like a title shot either. So when the reporter asked him, he responded by saying basically that since I beat that same guy, he doesn't deserve a shot right now, right? I think he said that he had to fight Oliveira maybe, and then a shot was next maybe, I don't know. But there's absolutely no respect for Chandler. Absolutely no respect for Chandler. This guy went in there, starched Hooker. Yeah. In impressive fashion too. I think
it wasn't that impressive.
I think it was the second round, right? It was second round or first round?
It was first round.
Oh, it's first round. Okay, yeah. Well, he starched this guy, and then he went on top of the cage and did like a sick little backflip. But yeah. it was a cool performance by him. What do you think about his coach?
So Dustin and Chandler have like a weird relationship. When Dustin was before Dustin was set to fight Conor, if you remember, there was like contract negotiations, and Dustin wanted to be paid more, right? This is especially after coming off of a fight with Dan Hooker and like fight of the year and all that kind of stuff. And Poirier has been in the UFC for so long. He has 20 plus fights in the UFC, and he's just been doing it for so long, and he's been delivering, and he's made all these main events. So he's deserving of more money. The UFC, however, didn't necessarily weren't on that same boat with him, or what it seemed like their numbers were just a little bit too far apart. During this time, they bring in Michael Chandler. Michael Chandler came in, and it looks like Michael Chandler was paid more than what Dustin was asking for, or what Dustin was getting. So he did note that Dustin did mention something about that. However, it wasn't anything like explicitly talking about like, this guy's making more than me and I demand more money. It was more about like, look at this guy, like he just came into the UFC and he's making more than me. Like how long have I been in the UFC? And like I get nothing compared to Michael Chandler. But regardless, and then it goes on to Michael Chandler being the fill-in fighter for Khabib versus Gaethje. So if Khabib fell out or Justin fell out, Michael Chandler would go in there, and potentially might have made it an interim title, or they made it, if Justin fell out, it would have been a title fight. That's something that like a title fight coming off as a free agent as your first fight kind of didn't sit too well with Dustin, and I don't blame him. I'm not trying to speak for him. This is just the impression that I'm getting from him. So add that to now, Mike Chandler comes in and he beats Dan Hooker. Okay, that's very, very good. Dan Hooker is at that time was ranked 6th in the lightweight division. The previous fight to Michael Chandler though was Dustin Poirier, and Dustin Poirier just beat him via decision after 5 rounds. So in Dustin's perspective, why would he get a title shot against me, right? Me, Dustin, if he just beats the guy that I beat previously? Dustin, say hypothetically, the next fight that Dustin has is for the title. Dustin had to beat Hooker and Conor McGregor to get a title shot.
But who's gonna fight for him for a title though? Who's gonna fight him for a title?
So we'll get to that. But so Dustin had to fight Hooker and McGregor to fight for the title, as opposed to Michael Chandler, who just came in and beat Dan Hooker. So
he's 6-1 in his last 7 fights now. He's fought top guys.
Who?
Poirier.
Yeah. So Poirier has deserved that title fight. He's deserved that slot. From the perspective of him regarding Michael Chandler, Michael Chandler came and fought Dan Hooker. However, he doesn't have that buffer that Dustin Poirier has, which is Conor McGregor. So in his mind, he's saying, okay, you beat Dan Hooker, I beat Dan Hooker as well, but that didn't get me a title shot. So why don't you go and you face one more person and then see maybe you can get a title shot from there. Dan Hooker lost. So who's left really? So in the lightweight division, there's Conor, there's Justin Gaethje, and Oliveira, right? Those are essentially the three guys left that Michael Chandler can face. So
and then Max Holloway if he moves up.
Yeah, but I really want Max Holloway to move up. I don't know if he's gonna move up, especially after that fight. He probably is itching to face Volkanovski again after all that.
What performance, huh?
So what's next for Michael Chandler? I think they might book Michael Chandler and Justin Gaethje. That'll be fun. And then make Oliveira, Dustin Poirier for the title. That's assuming that that Dana White moves forward with like moving on from Khabib. I think there's nothing left. Khabib has talked about, okay, are you like, you saw the fight, like, are you really impressed by anything, stuff like that. So I don't blame Khabib either. If
Conor comes back and like fights two guys, he beats Poirier and he beats Diaz, then I could probably see a Conor Khabib too.
Yeah, that's long-term stuff. That's not now. I'm just talking about like in the short term, like what happens. So I think what you can do is, you can, for the vacant title, you can make it Dustin Charles Oliveira, and then you have Michael Chandler face Justin Gaethje. Maybe do Tony Conor. That'll be fun. I would enjoy that.
That would be a fun fight.
That'll be fun.
Tony Conor.
It would be very, very interesting. It's very fun, but it might be too detrimental to both their careers after the fight if they lose. So if Conor loses, that's like where does he go after that? And then if Tony loses, like,
he's done.
Yeah. According to Tony's been done for the last two fights now. Yeah. So, but maybe Conor versus, like, he's said that he's wanted to fight like guys like Al Iaquinta, Paul Felder, like those would be fun fights Sanchez. Too. And Diego Sanchez.
Yeah, he's been wanting to fight for a while now. Since the Cerrone press conference.
so we'll see. But right now, I think the fight to make a vacant title, that's assuming there's a vacant title, Dustin Charles Oliveira, that would be a fun fight. I think just early predictions, Dustin wins that.
How about Chandler and Gaethje? Who wins that? I feel like Gaethje personally.
Yeah, it's just Michael Chandler's he's such a better wrestler than Justin Gaethje. He might just cheese it out and like take him down and